Chicken, you're just a little chicken. Are you calling chicken? Are you calling chicken? Are you calling chicken? Are you calling chicken?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Netflops podcast. My name is Andy Doherty. That great intro of ours is done by the fantastic Eric Van Dusen. This is the Netflops podcast where we review movies that are poorly rated on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb that are mainly on streaming services. And this week we watched Mr. Right. And by we, I mean me and my co-host, Adam Janketic.
Hello.
Adam, I hate this movie.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you.
I've heard people talk about this movie being like, "Well, you need to get it. It's like so, tongue in cheek. Like it's almost like an homage or like a spoof." And I'm like, "No, it is not."
This movie is like two different characters and two different movies. Like Anna Kendrick plays two different characters, and the movie is split like pretty heavily down the middle.
1000% agree. 1000% agree. She looked like she had multiple personalities in this movie. For how fast her personality changes.
Yeah, she also goes. We'll get into it later, but she from drunk quotes. I can't tell if she's playing drunk. That's a whole fucking other thing. And then boom, she's just like, fine, I'm gonna go out with this guy. Everything's cool. Everything's great. It's so weird.
Well, there was also a middle part where she was rejected. She plays such they call it ditzy. And
yeah,
I mean, maybe when she was acting drunk, she was ditzy, but she's kind of not ditzy for the rest of the movie when she meets Sam Rockwell's character.
Yeah, her, I don't know if it's her pretending to be drunk, acting drunk is that way, but I don't think she's ever been around a drunk person. She didn't slur her words. She was just angry, yelling in a closet from what I'm and we just watched this. That's what I'm remembering from her drunk scenes.
It was that baby talk voice you have. That's oh no, I don't want to go and do that. And that's what it was for the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, of her being drunk because she's mad her ex-boyfriend cheated on her in front of her.
Yeah. So let's go into the plot before we start breaking down scenes. The plot of this movie is that Anna Kendrick is this heartbroken girl who just keeps on choosing all these wrong guys, and she
chose one wrong guy in the movie.
Yeah,
two.
But no, her friends. She's like, why am I always choosing wrong guys for? Remember that scene outside the bar where she's not drunk all of a sudden?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The second she leaves, she's not drunk.
And she's like, why am I always choosing the wrong guy? And her friends are like, oh no, the right guy's gonna come, blah blah blah, reassuring her. And she's just a complete mess of a person. Because remember, the friend takes her to she takes her to her job at working at a pet store.
Yeah, pet store. It might have been a cat adoption place. It wasn't shot well, so I couldn't tell what was going on because it was shot behind, through a cage, and then they were outside, and that was the end of that scene.
Yeah.
So it was shot super weird. This is another movie where stuff was not hinted at or explained very well.
This was a movie that you needed to shut off your brain to enjoy.
But
even when I shut off my brain, I still didn't enjoy it.
No, I think I enjoyed 3 parts of the movie, and that's it. And I didn't even write them down because I was so taken back. At one of the action scenes, he disarms someone and then he just pulls out another gun, and it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, you're talking about the ending. So when he's in a final battle with Tim Roth's character, and in the prior scene, there's a whole nother scene that comes in the middle of that fight, and he Sam Rockwell snaps Tim Roth's arm and then sweeps his leg out and breaking his leg, and you're he can't do anything after that. He just broke his arm and his leg. He cannot do anything after that. And then they just started pulling guns on each other.
Pull 2 guns.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell flicked it up with his handcuff and took his gun. Tim Roth just pulls out another gun out of nowhere. So one hand.
One hand. I had to rewatch it because it was in such a blur. Like the second half of the movie is like a weird blur, and I had to rewatch because I was like, no, that wasn't that funny. There's just nothing happened, and the movie was dog shit, and we thought that was funny, right? I rewatched it, and I was like, no, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, probably about 3 scenes. We need to get back into the plot before we start talking about.
I'm sorry, I just had to hype on my favorite part of the movie.
So stumbling around, what was it? New Orleans.
I checked. That's where it's shot. I don't think. Because it's they go they don't like mention like Mardi Gras or fucking drink out of it. No, actually, you remember the cups? Those are like New Orleans cups at the bar at least.
They were just bar.
No, they're like you know that New Orleans like bubble bottom then like shoot up. That's a New Orleans cup if I've ever seen one.
I just assumed because they were like, oh,
I'm from New Orleans, so
not from the Big East. No, like there's a scene where Tim Roth, who's portraying a different person, he's like a secret agent and like a jack of all trades or whatever. And when he meets the cop,
we do not know that. You are inferring that he's a secret agent. We have no idea what his correlation is.
No,
because he says he's from the CIA. He says he's with the whatever and other government agencies. We don't know who's actually behind the wheel of his character.
Oh yeah, no. He just gets a mysterious call and it's like you are a government agent now.
Yeah.
You have full use of the police system.
Did it say Boston?
No, it said a town name, but when he first meets the head cop of the town, he says, "Welcome to New Orleans."
Oh, you remember? Okay,
Mr. Whatever. So it definitely they made reference that it was in New Orleans.
Okay. Well, it felt it in like a couple scenes. There's like the classic New Orleans like fucking Main Street kind of style buildings, in like 2 scenes that I can remember.
Yeah. I wasn't really paying too much attention to the setting of the movie.
Well, no. Remember, their first kiss. That whole area was like in New Orleans.
And the bridge when he kills the guy right in front of Anna Kendrick for the first time. The first body she sees drop.
That was so fucking weird. I can't wait to get to that point because I have so much to goddamn.
Let's finish the plot synopsis.
Yeah.
We're gonna have another hour and 40-minute episode ahead of us.
Yeah.
So she is just stumbling around New Orleans, and she just so happens to run into Sam Rockwell's character.
He had no reason to like her at all.
No.
And she the entire time was trying to run away, and he was pushing.
Yes. Oh, nobody gives Anna Kendrick any room in this movie. Like so many people get so uncomfortably close to her. Tim Roth gets uncomfortably close to her. Sam Rockwell gets uncomfortably close to her.
She's held hostage for a part of the movie.
Well, besides that, I mean, like there was like close-up scenes where somebody was like a half inch from her face 9 times during this movie. And like it was like, you know, the one henchman bodyguard named Johnny Moon. Like it wasn't just like, oh, it happened once and whatever. Like people were uncomfortably close to Anna Kendrick.
I'm trying to recall another early part of the movie, like Sam Rockwell getting introduced. Do you remember that whole scene? Like all I wrote down in my notes is banana.
Wasn't he like
He was like doing something fucking weird. He was like dancing while eating banana, and that's all I got out of it. But right, like I don't remember how he was introduced.
Remember, I think Tim Roth is like, I think we're introduced to Tim Roth beforehand.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're like, he's getting a call, I think, and they're saying like, oh, this guy. Weren't they saying like, this is our guy? There was like pictures of him in like black and white.
Okay, no, scratch all of that. We're introduced. He's eating a banana, going up to the woman who hired to kill her husband.
Yes.
See, my notes are spot on. They work how my brain works.
So continuing the plot, he is a hitman who has changed his ways.
Yeah, had to change her heart. Which that's also, I don't know if I forgot or if it like was not mentioned or brought to the light well, how he changed his ways. I don't know if it was like a specific moment or just all of a sudden. Right? I'm racking my brain. I can't think of.
There was a scene towards the end when he's trying to convince Anna Kendrick to come with her from the house before she's kidnapped. when there's like that whole shooting.
Yeah.
Before, in that before scene where he's like, "Come on, come with me," and she's like, "What happened? You need to tell me." And he just goes, "Oh yeah, like we were in Dubai and I was shooting this guy and I was like, I don't want to kill anybody anymore. And then Hopper came onto me and then
Yeah,
he
it was-
collapsed the building."
Okay, so yeah, so it was just a loose fucking bullshit. Great.
I mean, the same thing happens. Tim Roth, like, just offhandedly was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's really dangerous. He was a killer for us. Now he's not a killer for us anymore." So like,
Yeah, also Tim Roth switches at some point, which is like I wouldn't even call it a twist. It was like a weird lull of like, oh, that character's different now.
yeah, he just was British.
Yeah.
He just was instantly British.
But yeah, so in the beginning where he shoots the girl who put out the hit on her husband.
Sam Rockwell does.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell. So his deal is he just takes the money and kills the person hiring him anyway?
No, so he changed his moral compass, which this was mentioned, like, again, offhandedly through, like, side conversations over, like, a half a second in a scene that nobody, like, takes the time to really think about. They're just like, oh, he changed his moral code, and now he kills people that hire him to be a hitman because murder is wrong.
Yeah, because, yeah, right? That's a quote. Murder is wrong.
Yes.
As he's killing people. But I'm trying to think if that's how he got... Because I don't think he, like, lives lavishly, but he... Right? We see his place, I believe.
No.
No? Okay. Never mind then.
And there's even a mention, the friend, Anna Kendrick's friend, says, oh, he looks homeless.
No, he looks something homeless. Fancy homeless?
Fancy homeless.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because he was in like blue shorts and a Hawaiian shirt for like a good bit
The
of
entire movie. Until he bought the shirts that said bitch 1 and bitch 2.
Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? No, at the end it was in like a nice suit and he had like the gun strap thing.
Okay.
But yeah.
So he does have a place. We don't see it. I'm not saying that we see it.
I'm trying to remember because I don't think so.
He just has a car.
Oh yeah, he's the fucking that was something I forgot to look up. He's like it's like a Stingray Corvette something.
It's a nice looking car.
Yeah.
That's all I have to offer to that.
Right here. So, but I'm saying like he had to have. I think it's kind of implied that he takes the money and then murders the people who hired him, kind of deal.
Okay, that makes him more morally wrong than what we originally thought. Because the whole thing is like he has like a moral conundrum about killing the people that hire him as hitman because murder is wrong. Then he kills people.
No, his character's written so fucking dog shit. Like it was. Like, someone spit on a fucking page and that's what came out. And they, like, removed some shit and they're like, oh, that's barely enough. Let's print that.
You really have to turn off your brain to like this movie.
Because it's not even the fucking action scenes were good.
No. Well, hang on a minute. Because the way that he kills people, like the way that he takes people down, besides all the gun use, there were so many guns pointed at this movie that don't fire off. And then, like, someone will just throw the gun aside and take out a knife.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? He dance fought everybody.
Yeah, that's... In the movie is by Tim Roth. Tim Roth explains, oh, I taught him the way of dance fighting.
And then Tim Roth does not dance fight him.
No.
It's a straight up brawl.
Yeah.
I mean,
right? Like, if you taught him that, I wonder why they didn't do something about that.
Because he's fucking old. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I think they were the same age.
Dude,
now that I think about it.
Also, I many times while watching this movie, I was telling Andy, look how old he looks in this fucking shot. The way his beard was made me fucking, like, irrationally angry. Because his mustache was, like, boxy, and it didn't connect to his beard, and it was so, like... Because he has the blonde, and it was, like, mixed with gray, and it made him look like he was fucking 60 years old. In, like, a certain lighting, it looked like just, like, old man, just, like, in broad daylight, with, like, the corn feet, right? What's that called?
Crow's feet?
Crow's feet, and, like, white and gray beard, and, like, a light shining from behind it. You look, like, ancient, no matter who you are. You know what I mean?
He did look gray. His hair did look gray. Well, like, wasn't he blonde in the beginning? Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, I think he was blonde, then went more to, like, a dirty blonde.
And then he was, like, graying.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then, like, he remember we were, like, making fun of his hair? Like, his hair had, like, mousse in it at one point?
Yeah, it was...
It looked like his hair changed.
Oh, yeah, plenty of times. Yeah, and even, we watched an interview after we saw the movie, and his hair was bedhead. Like, it was so fucking weird. But yeah, no, like, absolutely. I was pointing out, like, at certain points in the film, he had gray hair on the sides. Where, like, didn't fucking... I don't even know the name of the
Die. He didn't die.
Yeah. What's the super common die I'm thinking of? You see,
men. Something for men.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
Right?
Because we don't use it.
Not yet.
If we used it.
Exactly. Yeah.
God. So let's
Gillette for men. I can't.
Gillette.
I don't
the best a man could get.
Yeah. Okay. That's
not sponsored. Cutting out the ads. So let's get into.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why
Sorry,
would you?
I just fucking that made me think of I want to get sponsored by the ball koozie people. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The fucking like, hold on, babe, I gotta turn my balls off, and you fucking ultrasound your balls and turn them off.
The ball koozie.
Yeah, dude. Trademark name, ball koozie, dude.
Okay.
Sell like hotcakes, dude.
I bet.
Here, frats are gonna have a ball koozie where everyone just fucking dips their balls.
What are we gonna do with all these men that don't have big balls anymore? Oh god. So
can we go over the shooting in the ballroom scene?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry to fucking
no go for it.
Pump your brakes, but fucking I'm going over my notes here. So he, it's so confusing that fucking first scene he's in because he kills the woman, and then he automatically knows he's being like gunned down by I don't even remember who or if they were. It was like a government agency. I don't know if it was a hitman squad led by fucking Tim Roth, but not really. Like, he was a part of the team, but then he was like, oh, fucking, you guys are not professionals. And he, like, leaves, and they just let him. It was weird.
So you want the answer to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So there are two enemies in this movie. There's Tim Roth, who's chasing down Sam Rockwell's character, who... Tim Roth played his like mentor who taught him everything, and he's trying to bring him back into the business of whatever business that it was that wasn't explained to us.
I think it was just hitman killing.
I guess, but they were like, because remember at the end when he kills him and he looks at Steve and Steve's like, he looks at him and he goes, "Oh yeah, that guy, Tim Roth's character, had a $5 million hit on him."
Yeah. And
Steve's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he's like, "All right, thanks, man. Thanks for making me rich." Jesus Christ. Yeah, RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, who's also this movie, plays a henchman in this movie. But so back to that,
the fucking cool henchman.
Yes,
that's all right. That's like second out of three things I like in this movie was fucking like he got the drop on RZA and was like, all right, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just in it for the money, and like he's smoking and fucking Sam Rockwell's just like chilling with him. He's like, all right, how many guys are in there? That's my favorite. I don't think I've seen that dynamic like in a while of like fucking bodyguard or like henchman that doesn't care and just gives up everything. He's like, dude, yeah, I'm cool with it. Like,
what was so bad about this movie was that it was so self-aware, which is something that we're not used to because it's like vampires suck. It's like that movie was self-aware. It was self-aware and it knew what it was doing when it was doing it, but it kind of like went too far. And I think this movie in the same vein like went too far.
Absolutely.
But because it also was this mishmash of being like a hitman movie, a comedy, and a romantic, like, rom-com, I guess, it just became shit. It just really became shit. And, like, so there were some moments where, like, the movie was self-aware of itself. But, like, those movies, those moments that don't hit happen way more often than the moments that do hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, so go into, you're talking about there's two villains in the movie, Tim Roth.
Yeah, so then the other portion is this faction, which is like this family business of...
Oh, the family business was the one that was trying to kill him or capture him?
No, I think that Tim Roth hired them. And then in that scene when he's driving up in the armored truck, he goes, "Oh, you guys are morons. Yeah. You're going to totally get wasted by this guy." And he quits on them.
But was he training them, and then he was like, "All right, here's your test"?
I think he was just hiring them.
Okay.
I think something must have happened because I think they were drug runners. And it was
the family,
the
Jersey family,
the Jersey family. Even though the head dude had a Boston accent.
Yeah. That's why I was confused about this whole fucking movie.
There's like two brothers on top of this Jersey family business.
Yeah. And
they're like, I guess, trying to lay low. There's something happened that we don't know, I think. Because they were kept on saying like, well, we gotta lay low. We gotta go call dad on this. Yeah. Like, so they're struggling. They're struggling to be like good criminals.
Which is why I thought Tim Roth was like leading them. and they're part of the family, but it's so...
I think he just hired them.
Yeah, okay.
He just hired them to find Sam Rockwell's character.
Gotcha, okay.
Which we should probably start using names.
No, because in the movie, Sam Rockwell's character like hates having his name. It's like Freddie or something like that.
Frank. Francis.
Francis. There we go.
I'm calling him Frank.
But so I have the cast shit. Cast. Why did I fucking do? So the cast sheet right in front of me. I don't know why. The cast shit. I don't fucking brain fart. It's under, Anna Kendrick is Martha, which she also says she hates her name.
As a diatribe about how she hates her name.
Yeah. And it's just under him. It says Mr. Right instead of Francis.
Weird.
Mr. Right.
Weird,
right? Because the only mention at Mr. Right, which we even made a note of, was the roommate saying, "Oh, you have Mr. Right over here," like.
And she was like, "Mr. Right, I like that." Yeah. She was sarcastically saying because she was like, "You slept with him and you don't know his name?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, we just slept together. We didn't have sex."
Yeah. Which is another weird. Why did he like again? He was on the run, right? Wait, is that why? Oh, grabbing at straws. Here we go. Ready? First straw I'm grasping at is he was just like trying to get with any girl to sleep over because he was on the run, right?
No.
Whoa.
He needed compassion. That's what it was. Because there's a part where Tim Roth is saying, "Remember, this guy is not your friend. He's a killer. He's a cold-blooded killer. Hitmen don't have friends. He worked for me. He's a hitman. Like, it went wrong somewhere, blah, blah, blah." And as he's saying all this, instead of Anna Kendrick listening to this FBI agent, or, he's not supposed to be, but in her mind, it's an FBI agent, she's just feeling bad for him. She has, such a face of sorrow on it, of being like, oh, this guy has nobody else in his life. So he just randomly ran into a girl by luck chance. It's love at first sight with this girl when the condoms fall into their hands in slow motion.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, he has like a time slow ability that's like...
No. That's just the reaction time.
Yeah, exactly. He has bullet time.
No. That's just his reaction time.
Yeah.
They're saying that him and Anna Kendrick are so good at reacting to things that things will move in slow motion for them.
Exactly. He has bullet time.
No, he doesn't slow down time and then react.
No.
He's reacting in real time. That is just what they're seeing.
He's not TikTok, the fucking legendary villain of the unreleased fucking
our
Netflops.
lost episode.
Yeah, our lost episode. No, like it's like fucking what the hell was that movie? Curve with the Bullet. Was that Wanted?
Wanted.
Yeah, like that's the fucking ability they were like portraying for sure. Because like remember, even Anna Kendrick does this. They fucking like see the bullet and they fucking dodge or like have the reaction time of it. There's no like ebb and flow or whatever they're trying to push. That's what it was.
No, but that's what he says when he's teaching her how to catch the knives. He's saying to her, he's like, everything. I think he literally says everything has an ebb and flow to it, and their wrists are touching, and he's just guiding her arms up and down and around, and he's like, feel the knife, see how the knife moves, you gotta catch it at the right point, and then all of a sudden like she could do it. So he's just telling her to react better, and then she does it. It's not like time is slowing down for them. In real time they are moving that fast to catch those objects, to catch the knives that are flying at each other, which was an amazing scene when they have a knife fight. Catch. They
just play catch with some knives.
They play catch like you would with a baseball.
Yeah.
With knives.
Like shit whipping like knives at each other, and like it would be if like, oh, like I'm fucking like, let's learn, and there's like a montage, haha montage. But like they're throwing like fucking different size knives and like fucking butcher knife cleavers, and like it's different weights, and they're just catching it. Weird fucking scene. Obviously, because it came back in the beginning that she has this ability, she can escape the two killers,
and he saw that in her.
Yeah. Oh,
when she catches the condoms, when they bang into each other at a convenience
store. She caught one, and he caught like the 9. Like
he Spider-Man'd it.
Yeah, that would have been fucking funny if he like and like it was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking Spider-Man or some shit. Like fucking, I don't know.
I think something else that took this whole movie away was that like both characters were kind of like rejecting that the things that were happening.
Yeah.
Because, like, something would go down, and Anna Kendrick's, like, Anna Kendrick's just like, this isn't happening. Nah, this is a lie.
Yeah, it's like it's like really apparent in the end of the movie, but this is like a Joker and Harley Quinn fucking knockoff, like rip off at the end, because she goes absolutely nuts at the end.
Yes, yeah, she does. So she ends up getting kidnapped by this gang.
Way later in the movie.
Yeah.
Last third.
Yeah, sure. And she gets kidnapped by this gang, and she's just like laughing at their antics because they're like losers. They're all pretty much losers.
Yeah, because one's like a wannabe fucking, I'm gonna climb the ladder. It's in my fucking family name. And then there's fucking Johnny Moon.
Yeah. Well,
it is Johnny Moon.
Yes, it's Johnny Moon.
No, you were calling someone else before.
Was I saying Jackie Moon?
Jackie Moon, yeah.
From the Flint Tropics? From Semi-Pro?
That's what fucking I'm thinking of, yeah. My God.
And the fact that they needed to name a side character Johnny Moon,
and like the actor was fucking like so like he like said it multiple, like, I'm Johnny Moon. You can't say that to me. I'm Johnny Moon.
as he's getting the shit stabbed out of him. Anna Kendrick.
Oh.
But the defining scene for Anna Kendrick of her going like full Harley Quinn psycho mode was when she's tied up in the chair after she gets kidnapped by that gang, and she's just laughing at their stupid antics, and they keep slapping her across the face, and then they push her against the wall, and then she's like, "You're fucked when Mr. Right comes."
Yeah.
When he gets here, I don't think she says a name.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. She doesn't say her name. Yeah, I have a quote. If he doesn't kill you, I will, which I thought was so funny, and then she
and then maniacally laughed.
Yeah.
So she went full Harley Quinn.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to. But I also have another quote. Who shoots cake? That's my third.
That was during the ballroom scene.
The ballroom scene, yep.
Which we need to go back to because.
I'm sorry.
No, because he doesn't. He shoots the one girl in the head, right? And then he doesn't kill the rest of them.
Yeah, that's the common fucking. Oh my God, Okay, ready? So it's a real thing. So like in a video game, like you can kill all of the boss's fucking 900 henchmen, but you spared the boss, so like you're a good person. And it's like there's a name for it. I regret not having a name for it, but it's called something, and it's a real thing of like you're not a good person. You killed fucking everyone else. Like,
but he was sparing all the henchmen. It was only the henchmen. Well, it's only the henchmen that took it too far.
Yeah. Because
like one insulted Anna Kendrick, and he was like, "All right, time to die," and just stuck a knife in his throat.
Yeah.
But his precision.
Oh no, he was like, I'm gonna kill you and your girl, and he was like, oh well now, like,
yeah.
So that's a little, that can be.
He threatened her.
Yeah.
And that was his
excuse. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But there was the dude on the bridge that he kills did absolutely nothing wrong. Oh no, I guess he threatened him too. He said, "I'll pop you right here."
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, the bridge thing was he was hiring him to murder someone else, and that was his code of conduct.
Gotcha.
What's another fucking code of conduct? Oh, I guess like Superman had a code of conduct or some shit. I'm trying to think of another one that was like.
I don't watch superhero movies. So
yeah.
I don't know. Does Batman? Because wasn't the whole thing with Batman like they were? Spoiler alert. The whole thing with Batman was that they were trying to keep like everything bad that like Harvey Dent did.
Yeah.
They were trying to keep that a secret.
But I'm thinking, or maybe I'm thinking like Green Arrow, like because Green Arrow went from like bad to good, or like misguided to good, and I think he had like a code of conduct. I don't know, fucking way off track. This is not a superhero movie. I'm sorry for even making.
What are you talking about? He's Mr. Right. Sounds like a fucking superhero to me.
I'm sorry if you made the fucking connection.
He drove me nuts. I hope that was his superpower.
Yeah, and we during the interview that we watched, it was like they looked like they had such fun making this movie, and I could like see it, but like my God, their chemistry is just like not correct. Like it was again 17-year difference. They're in different like total aspects of their life at this point, and like it didn't sit well with me. Not like just the age gap, but like it was like they were not good on screen together. But that's when they shine the most.
Yeah,
was together. It was a weird dynamic, which is why I'm trying to.
Right. It was a shiny turd.
Yeah.
It was a literal shiny turd. I mean, it was just so weird what Anna Kendrick's character goes through, where she's just like this crazy ditzy girl, and then she finds, and she's like, "Oh, I found this new guy. It's gonna be my rebound guy."
Yeah.
Which her boyfriend cheats on her in the beginning of this film, by like she's like, oh, I'm gonna send him a nude, and she keeps on like taking pictures of herself in like scantily clad clothing. Which is not really
That wasn't even the beginning of the movie. You completely forgot. In the beginning of the movie, it was like weird, candid, like little kid shots of like, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a lawyer, and then Anakin, I want to be a T-Rex. She like eats the fucking camera.
Yeah.
And like that's it.
They're like
that...
Martha, it's enough, and then she just runs at the camera. And then it goes into her, and then it goes into her just going through her day, right?
Yeah, of like taking pictures and like making dinner for her boyfriend, and then him coming home with like lip lock with the fucking other girl.
Almost banging on the dining room
Yeah,
table.
like yeah, absolutely.
And then like the scene cuts, and he's like chastising her because she won't have a threesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dump that loser boyfriend of yours.
And then actually, surprisingly, the fourth moment, the surprise fourth moment was, the boyfriend. I think actually her first murder was the first boyfriend. Because remember, she shit whipped the bottle, and you heard the thunk on his head.
Oh yeah.
That could have been murder number one for her.
And the scene cuts black.
Cuts black. Yeah. I don't know if there was more to that. If like he had a concussion, he died. Like
that's a good point.
Right? That could have been murder number one. Did she murder? I think at least 4 people. Right?
She murdered Johnny Moon. She murdered Vaughn. And I think that's it.
And maybe the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Boyfriend and
Well,
girl.
I think it was just the boyfriend.
No, she would have killed the cheating.
Okay, she was crazy and drunk at that time, but she wasn't like murderer yet. Because she had to learn how to be a murderer from Sam Rockwell.
I guess.
No, I'm not wrong on that.
No, I'm trying to. I think she killed someone else too.
No, she did nothing in the battle where
Did
she
she
gets
kill Tim
kidnapped.
Roth?
Oh, she does kill Tim Roth.
Right? She like,
No. Stevie kills Tim Roth. Stevie kills Tim Roth.
Yes. Okay.
Because then he's like, "Oh, you can take the bounty."
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's all in here, just not all at once.
And then so there's the whole scene where they meet in the convenience store, and Sam Rockwell's like, "Oh, let's go on a date. Like, come on." And she's like, "Get the fuck away from me, you pervert." Yeah. Like literal term. She shat on him for like a whole scene and a half.
And it's like his like quote humor is like, "Oh yeah, like I'm a CIA hitman. I murder people for a living." And she's like, "Oh, you're so quirky and fun, and like we should hang out more." And like that's like a reoccurring thing of like, "Oh, sorry, I took so long. The guy out back like threatened to kill you, and I murdered
during
him."
dinner.
Yeah. And like she's like, "Oh my god, he meets my quirkiness, like haha, like where's," and she's like, "Oh, ha, like I murdered the waiter too, like woohoo, like," and then when he murders the guy on the bridge with her in the car, he gets back in and like, "Oh, sorry, I murdered that guy," and she's like, "No, you murdered that guy," and he's like, "Yeah, I murdered that guy."
And she goes stone faced.
Yeah.
She's like, "Take me home.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself." Like,
I think she realizes like, oh, he never kidded once about anything about his life.
And then to make up for it, when he sneaks back in later, he goes, "Well, I never lied to you," and she's like, "No, you." Oh, that's true. The rationalizations are so huge in this movie. But that also leads to like who she is. She's mad that he killed somebody. She was like, "Oh fuck, he's absolutely a murderer."
Yeah.
I picked another bad dude. I picked another guy who's just gonna let me down and is a fucking murderer. He's literally a fucking murderer. And then like it's literally the speech from Tim Roth when Sam Rockwell isn't even in the picture, and then afterwards where he's like, "I never lied to you," and then locked her roommate inside of a closet.
In a closet. I don't think they ever let her out.
No, that was the last scene she was in.
Oh, also another thing I forgot to mention. They have another roommate, Julia. Remember the one that didn't want to touch her in the beginning? That was the only scene she was in.
Yeah, no, she was in the bar scene.
Oh, so, yeah, okay.
And then she hugs the blonde roommate, who they lock in the closet. She hugs the blonde roommate, and the other girl, who I guess the name is Julia, she just kept on like tapping from like afar.
Yeah, and that's the only scene she was in.
Weird. So weird. And then they're just like cool with her coming back to... Because remember, she was at the boyfriend's house in the beginning of the movie. So when they break up, they're just cool with her coming back in.
I don't know.
Yeah. No logistics.
Oh, okay. All right.
Strikes out the logistics of this movie.
Gotcha.
If they needed more... You needed more than to know that they dance through bullets in this movie. In terms of logistics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing, that weird park. We can go into that scene with like the. It was like weird, creepy, hand drawn like bears and like I think it was supposed to be like the three little pigs and like the big red wolf. There's a dragon with slide. It was the weirdest fucking park they could have shot in. And then in that park they like dance around like a sniper's bullets.
Vaughn's. Was it Vaughn's?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Now that I think about it, I don't think so. Vaughn was really shitty with weapons.
Yeah. Also, for a minute, I think three characters looked the same. Vaughn's main man that got stabbed that threatened him at the dinner.
Yes.
And then the ex-boyfriend. They all had the same exact haircut and like Italian voice.
No, the kids are from Jersey.
I'm sorry, Jersen voice. They all, I gotta get you outside, meet you in the water.
They did sound Boston. It did sound like Boston accents. It was really bad.
They all had the same haircut and sound the same. That's I stared a little bit closer and was like, no, that's not correct.
Yeah, now that you're saying that, I am confusing it with the guy who got stabbed outside of the
Yeah, right? Yeah. They had the same haircut, same beard, same everything. Well, the guy who got stabbed is a little more like he had like chains and shit.
Talking about Johnny Moon?
No, the guy who got murdered in the back of the restaurant. He was a bit more lanky.
I think he was the sniper.
He was the sniper, yeah.
But going back into that park, I think it was just like a children's park.
Why shoot? I'm coming from like a movie standpoint. Why shoot at that park? Was that the only one you can get like a permit for, or like that's the only one available? It was so off-putting to have like a weird, like old painted dragon in the back of your scene of like a snipe. Like you're dancing around bullets and there's like a weird the magic dragon like in the background. You know what I mean? Like instead of like a nice park with like a lake, like it's New Orleans. Like why?
Welcome to New Orleans, Mr. Jankettic.
I guess.
Full of dino parks.
And like the three little pigs.
Yeah, the three little pigs that were there. That was very strange.
Right? Like, and they're like that. Like, if you like saw like, you know what I'm talking about. It was like a weird like every park like every town has a park with like like the little rocking horse thing,
right.
But it was like so shittily painted. Like
like play sets.
Yeah.
That didn't look. I thought it was a golf course.
Right, like a mini golf course.
Because the lanes were really small, but I'm like, oh, they're not mini golfing.
You know what? They probably like saw pictures online of like the beautiful lake and landscape, and they got there like, oh, we fuck up. But there's deadlines and
we did make her like dinosaurs and T-Rexes. So.
Yeah, they probably did that. Like, oh, we have $8 million budget. Fuck it.
Well, like I feel like that would have redeemed the date because he takes her out for a hot dog before that.
That another weird fucking scene where like she's like hyping on him like, why are you eating a hot dog like that?
Have you never eaten before?
Yeah, like their humor is like not the same because he is like, oh yeah, I've eaten foods from like this country, this country, this country, this country, this. That's how they eat it in this country, and she's like, all right, eat much, fucking loser. Like you got some on your shirt, fucking scrape it up, idiot. Like, and it's like their humor's not identical.
She spoke like a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
She definitely spoke like a 17.
It reminds me of fucking the Twilight girl, fucking Bella, where it was like fucking
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah,
she said more lines than Kristen Stewart.
I'm saying
a lot more staring in that movie.
It reminds me of like the way like she would speak to Edward. Anyway, fucking.
We going into more Twilight lore.
Let's just cut more out of this for fucking Twilight lore. Let's cut all this and just go into Twilight lore and fucking post that.
Yeah, it's just. And you're totally right on that. Like, she was saying such like dumbed down humor.
Yeah. And
he wasn't getting it. But I wonder if that was like something that was like written down but not explained to us. Because if he's supposed to be this hitman that has no emotions, like that would kind of make sense. But there's no reason that they like each other.
Okay, ready? Have you ever seen Barry?
Yes.
This is like the like Barry's the series and this is the movie, and like the movie, like comparing this to Barry is fucking like obviously fucking apples and like the street outside, like not comparable at all. But this is like like the serial killer murderer who has like this like nice like fucking flaunchy attitude, and I can do all this shit, but like he does it so fucking poorly, like, and it's like not shown. The only time it's shown when they have knife catch. is like, oh, I'm like sharing my abilities or like showing off that I can like think of.
Well, that's like a Sam Rockwell like thing though. Like in
Yeah?
his movies, he acts kind of like douchey. I don't think
Oh,
Barry
yeah.
acts like douchey.
No, it's because of fucking what's that guy's name?
I actually didn't want. I've seen a couple scenes of the show because I couldn't believe that Bill Hader was a killer.
Bill Hader, you fucking moron. That's
Oh,
what
you were looking for his name.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like his acting coach or something.
No, how did I fucking?
don't know.
Oh, fucking like let me just fucking Bill Hader's acting coach off the top of my fucking head, Andy.
It was a known actor.
Yeah,
It's like Martin Short or somebody.
Okay.
I'm wrong on that.
Oh, all right. Fucking.
I think I'm wrong.
At
I'm gonna
least.
check it out. No, it's Henry Winkler.
All right. So I'm glancing at the fucking character sheet, and the sniper is totally someone fucking different.
Then the guy he stabs.
Yes. They all just like look exactly the fucking same and talk exactly the same.
Wow.
And that's his credit in the movie is sniper. So it's yeah. So the guy.
1,000%.
The guy who gets stabbed and the sniper and Vaughn and like two other
and
people
the ex-boyfriend
look exactly the fucking same and talk exactly the fucking same.
Well, that's what she needed. You know, she needed somebody with a fucked up beard.
Dude, I can't get it. Dude, his beard like it looks like he like grew it out for the movie and there's like, oh fuck yeah, let's keep that shit. It looked so bad. It looked like he had to like. Because the dimensions were awful. Because it had the goatee, and then like the beard line was like super thin or something. I don't even know. And then it like changed in scenes where like the mustache was huge, and then the goatee was gone. It was so weird. It like was not consistent. I don't know if he like couldn't grow facial hair or fucking what the deal was, but
No, him and Tim Roth are masters of disguise.
He would have looked one younger, two just fucking better fit for the role. He had a absolutely clean shave to be like the hitman. You know what I mean? Why have this like scrangly fucking patchy beard?
Because you know he's a recovering hitman. He's coming off of
Recovering hitman.
Yeah, you know.
Hitman Anonymous. Hip hop Anonymous.
Now you're making him a rapper.
Yeah.
It's like if Barry was about a rapper. A
Oh.
hitman who became a rapper, which actually might have worked out.
No, he was
Yeah, but you know, rappers.
He was an actor. He was trying to be an actor.
I know, but I'm saying it's like if he became
A
he wanted
rapper.
to become a rapper instead of like the actor. Can't think of words.
Words be hard. We should do
Sometimes.
more vocal hormones. Oh fucking! I just have so after the knife catch scene, I have in my notes. He just brings a banana in the fucking shower to Anna Kendrick.
And and he says, "Here's your breakfast." And she goes, "You brought me breakfast in the shower, aw!" And then just gets into the shower.
It was just a banana.
Oh,
And they like in the water, like the water is fucking pouring over them eating the banana, which is the second time bananas fucking came up on screen. Which I think it's a movie trope where like villains eat apples and good guys eat bananas. It's a real thing.
okay,
Yeah, right. You ever see a fucking bad guy fucking slice up an apple and eat it,
that makes sense,
right? And then the good guy has the banana.
I think that makes sense. I think you're making sense.
Let me say it one more time.
Hang on, never mind. Do not make sense. What'd you say? What'd you think about at the scene where she gets kidnapped, right after that whole battle? Oh no, when they're on the stairs and Steve.
Oh, okay.
When they're on the stairs and Steve shoots him with the old shotgun.
I'm with you.
And we see in slow motion that the pellets come out and hit him in the face or whatever.
The listeners might not be with you because
Alright,
vaguely, just like, oh, remember the stairs? And I'm just like, yeah, I got it.
So when he goes to take Martha out of the room and is like, you need to come with me, and they go through that whole conversation of, I never lied to you. They lock the roommate in the closet. Then they're leaving, and he gets there's a call on Tim Roth's radio, and it's like, there's a 20 uglies coming your way or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And he has to go fight all those guys. It's Steve who stays alive and shoots him with the old shotgun that just kind of shoots pellets at him.
Yeah, I think when he was loading it, he was saying something along the lines of like, "Why are you giving me non-lethal rounds with this Elmer Fudd looking ass shotgun?" He
1940s shotgun.
Yeah, Yeah, so maybe the pellets were fucked or something. Because I remember he like.
Oh, it's
blew
just an
off.
old shotgun.
Okay.
And then
No, because he shot like point blank, and it like only like skimmed him. Also, there was another horribly shot scene because fucking RZA, he shot and then like point down, and then like the slow motion happened, and he was not in slow motion.
And then it's like this CGI of like pellets.
Yeah,
coming out of this gun
with RZA not being in slow motion.
No.
Which I don't know why they just didn't slow mo it, and the CGI could have been the exact same speed.
I don't know why some of the scenes were shot in slow motion, some weren't.
Yeah, the slow motion was my least favorite fucking part of this whole goddamn movie because it happened like 4 times. At each time, it was like not necessary and like over the top. Like when he was throwing the knife up or for Kendra to catch, it was in slow motion, and she didn't catch it. Like that was like. If it was in regular motion and she like, caught it, it would have been something else. But then they just do that the rest of the scene, so it's like, why do the slow? It was fucking.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, well, there was probably like 10 times in which they used slow motion, like 4 or 5 of them coming from that knife scene.
Yep.
There was the condom scene where it happens.
Catches a Spider-Man's them. Yep.
He Spider-Man's them. There was the shotgun scene with Steve. Then what was it in the when they're at the lair of like the henchmen or like the house that the henchmen have? I think she
slows time to dodge the bullet.
She doesn't slow time. She's just reacting. That's what I'm saying. It's not her slowing time. They do not have the ability.
Okay, you know.
Sam Rockwell did not touch her wrists with his wrists and then give her the ability to slow time.
I'm just the fucking because you're watching it in whatever 0.5, 0.25, whatever time. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna call it fucking.
I just want to be sure that I'm saying like they don't have an ability. Like Mr. Wright's ability isn't like he slows time and whatever.
No,
and
his ability is dancing.
Yes, fight dancing.
Fight dancing. Yep.
Absolute fight dancing.
Oh, another thing. Remember you talked about when the radio gets called from
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth. I don't know if I'm on the 4th favorite thing was he told you my real fucking name and he just absolutely fucking starts kicking Tim Roth. Yeah, like it felt real. Like it felt like, you fuck like.
That was pretty funny.
So that, like this movie like had some like sparse giggles from me.
Oh yeah, I think 90% of it was awful, and there was a solid 10% of it that I say actually made me laugh.
Generous, but yeah, I'll side with you.
Generous, okay.
10% is generous for this. 10% laughs in this movie. Generous.
Yeah, I think some things just caught me by surprise. I'm trying to think of something specific.
Okay, I'll give it 10% good because my a good scene was when he pulled the pin. One of the henchmen pulled the pin, and then immediately was like, "Fuck! Actually, no. Hold on. Can you help me out here?" Or like, I forget what actually happens. But
Sam Rockwell like talks him through it, and he's like,
we're gonna put it back in. It's fine. I know how grenades work. Like,
take a seat. Yeah, the guy grabs a drink.
He fucking pours him a drink while he's like shaking. He's like, "Oh fuck, man! I don't know. I did that. That was a good scene. That was a good."
And then Steve comes in. Of course, he's like, "Hey, can you help your guy out over here? He just had a rough day."
Yeah.
I have that she starts calling him baby all of a sudden after that scene with Tim Roth. So when they're on the stairs, that's what I was getting at. After he gets shot by Stevie, she's like, "Baby, we need to go," and then she starts calling him baby for some reason.
Because I think to reference him, because he said he doesn't like his name being said, and instead of being like, "Oh, Mr. Perfect, we gotta go," I guess babies.
Mr. Right?
Did I say Mr. Perfect? God, yeah, Mr. Right. Holy shit. This is the opposite of Odd Thomas, where you fucking don't plug Odd every 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. It was just so weird because it kind of came out of nowhere. Because he's calling her like baby names the entire time. He calls her like monster. Yeah. And she's like, "Did you just call me monster?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, was that at dinner or some shit? That was a weird fucking.
Maybe in the shower. It might have been in the shower.
Probably both. I think it's a recurring thing where. I don't fucking know.
But he called her like all these different like weird pet names.
Again, it's because she said, "Oh, I don't like my name either." So
yeah,
I guess there's something to that, like a second.
But she was like, he doesn't want his name said at all.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I can't wait till I'm an old woman and then I could like dead eye children in the middle of the street," which weird fantasy, honestly.
Yeah, it fits Anna Kendrick though.
This is the third movie we watched where in like our last like couple of movies where when somebody like looked away, another character like disappeared. So
Yeah, they got Frankenstein.
yeah, so Sam Rockwell is like laying on the ground, like battered and bloody, and Tim Roth's like, "You're coming back to me. I'm gonna take you into the desert and brainwash you again, so you become a killer." And then I forgot who shows up. Somebody shows up.
The other detective with the like heavy Southern accent.
Mm.
Also, another good scene is like he goes, "Hey, why are you Brit?" And he just gets gunned down.
Yeah, because Tim Roth changes from being like in this Southern accent,
Yeah,
like
to British.
He was supposed to be like an FBI agent from Alabama, which he's playing the entire time, and then he like switches back to British to talk to Sam Rockwell. So yeah, he guns him down, and then he looks back and he's like, he says some quip that I didn't catch. And he looks back and he's gone.
He got Frankenstein.
So now that's Hubie Halloween and Odd Thomas that's happened in now. 3 straight movies.
Straight movies, yeah. Also had a montage.
Yes.
Negative points
at the very end.
So did Hubie Halloween.
I see. I thought that. Oh yeah, Hubie
So
Halloween.
did Odd Thomas.
Did Odd Thomas?
I think at the end they did a little montage. Yeah.
Oh.
Remember?
What the hell? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I count a credit scene.
The 3 credit montages then back to back to back, and
But
3
like,
Frankenstein.
I think the Odd Thomas one was like coming out in like camera, like it was almost like a picture, like a Polaroid picture, and it was showing you like
and credit
pictures
montage.
from
Yeah.
I don't really think that's that. Hubie Halloween definitely had a montage, and it showed us the entire movie of what happened. And this movie also had a montage that showed us the entire movie of what happened. So I think I'm gonna let Odd Thomas that one slide.
Okay.
And I'm going to count Hubie Halloween in this.
But
but definitely, but not prominent, not in the middle of the movie, you know.
Yeah.
And something that did happen in the middle of the movie was people disappearing in all of them. Well, end of the movie, whatever. During the movie runtime.
Yeah. And then this is where, so after, trying to think, like, you know, he gets shot, and after all that scene, and like he gets away, that like I feel like the second part of the movie starts where they're in, the mansion. What would you call it? The whatever
like
hideout.
House, yeah.
The hideout or house. Okay. Like the second part of the movie kind of starts where it's like very different and very.
Well, we need to go through what's going on with this family dynamic.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do
So
that.
there's apparently this dad who's the boss of everything that...
Never mention name or face.
No, that the one son wants to call because things are going wrong with this kid.
Yeah.
Then he has his little brother who apparently is like coked out all the time. And this guy also has anger. The guy Richie, who is the head person of this gang.
Yeah, he has accompanying him his anger management coach, which is fucking funny.
Which is the guy who ends up pulling the grenade pin.
Yeah.
And like, so every time he was like, yeah, we didn't get this job done, you know, but it's okay. We're going to put money down to put a hit on him.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he like breaks about him and was like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, it's like, all right, calm down. You're undoing
You gotta count to 10.
You're undoing years of therapy. And he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So kind of
that was good though.
But yes, the whole family dynamic is that Vaughn, who's the younger brother, is trying to like take out all the people above him.
Yeah, but which is weird because he would be family, so he'd be next in line. Period of the family fucking business.
I guess not.
Which is weird.
Well,
it's Jersey. Okay,
he couldn't load a gun.
He couldn't load M16, which is the fucking he couldn't.
Yeah, it was too high caliber for him.
He dainty little fucking hands. He was like, was that a How I Met Your Mother thing? Where fucking no, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, maybe it was Always Sunny thing. Like, oh, can you put your hands over mine? Right? Is that an Always Sunny thing?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, weird dynamic of like one child, obviously he's the more competent child and older, I'm guessing, is like, you know, whatever, the New Orleans district drug cartel, whatever. Right? They were doing.
I think they were drug runners.
Drug runners, yeah. And then the little brother's like fucking bottom of the barrel, fucking nothing. Like that's weird.
Well, remember they make like a reference to like there was this other job where there was a bunch of shooting happening. Because remember,
Right, yeah.
Sam Rockwell recognizes him and he's like, "Hey, weren't you in that? You're." They say like the name of the game. It's like Paralysis or something.
Yeah, like shootout, and he's like, "Oh, it's the guy under the table."
You were sitting under the table, and he's like, "There was a lot of shooting. That was my first
Shootout.
big shootout.
Yeah.
I was scared."
Yeah, like stuff like that's what I mean. So Sam Rockwell's character, like he like gets real with I think the three of them, where he's like bullshitting with RZA and the anger management guy, and I like those little quippets of like like again a whole different part of the movie of like his character switched from like crazy to like kind of quick with it and rolling with the punches and like oh yeah I just care about the big fish like you're small fry I'm cool with you. And he was like eating gummy bears with RZA and stuff like that. Like I like that little dynamic.
Well, I don't think he wanted to kill anybody in there. I think the whole thing was that he was just going to rescue
the girlfriend, but anyone standing in his way he was going to kill. Which is why the people who were like, "Oh yeah, get your girl."
But
like,
he taps them all on the knees and shoots them all in the shoulder. Like you know what I mean? He goes out of his way in the second half of the movie because he's like, "I'm sorry, I keep killing people."
Yeah.
And Anna Kendrick's like, "No, it's fine, kill him."
Yeah, that was a quote I had written down. I was like, "It's fine, kill people."
And he's like, "No, because you're gonna freak out and everything." And she's like, "No, go kill him, like whatever."
Yeah.
So that was like weird scenes because those two scenes happened back to back of each other of her telling him twice. You could just go kill him. And he's going, no, you're going to freak out in the car.
Yeah, because during the conversation with Tim Roth, I feel like that's when the flip switched. Oh my god. The switch flipped. Ding, correct. I just had to fucking mentally catch up. And then she was just like fine with everything. Or maybe the conversation when he was like, oh, I kill bad people, quotes. She was like, oh, as long as they're bad people, you can kill them. I feel like that's when...
But that was
she excused it.
That was all resolved within like a 10-second conversation in her apartment when Tim Roth was in the...
But that's what I'm saying. That's the turning point, I'm guessing, when she was like, oh yeah, kill people, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then he does it, and then she starts killing people.
Yeah, exactly. So she's fine with it.
So why is he not killing these people?
I don't know. Because even if...
Moral code?
Yeah, exactly. That's I think I was about to get into. Even if she's saying, "Oh, kill him! Oh, kill him," he doesn't. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to ruthlessly like murder people." Like he gotta still think it's wrong.
But but then also when they're in the room and he's like, "Oh no, buddy, I don't kill people anymore. Like I'm just here for my girlfriend." Remember Vaughn flips out because it's him, Vaughn, and Richie in the same room together. And he says like, oh yeah, buddy, I don't kill people anymore. And he's like, what? I fucking hired you to kill Richie. What the fuck?
That was so blatant, but I still didn't get that because my brain was off this movie. It was apparent where like he knew.
I didn't know, like, but I forgot who Richie was.
Yeah,
because he's killing people off left and right. He's killing off like Paco. He's killing off like this guy.
Paco, the director of the movie, by the way.
Yeah,
in the body bag in the river.
Who ends up getting put in a body bag? Alive,
yeah.
And he's going like, and he gets thrown into a river. That must have been fucking so scary.
Probably fun though for a minute before you
start drowning. Yeah,
before you start drowning. Well, you just hold your breath and you're in a bag and you hope the people you're paying lots of money don't just let you die.
You just gotta wait at the bottom of a river. You can't move your body.
It's a New Orleans River. They're shallow.
Yeah, Big Easy.
There's no gators
there. That's why they call it the Big Easy.
There's no gators there.
It's so maddening to hear people talk. Like,
no, you're right. Okay, sorry to cut you off. But reading the like 10-star, 5, like max star reviews of people being like, "Oh, shut up! This movie's a fun, haha, like movie. It's a good rom-com. Like you guys just don't know how to enjoy it." It's like no, it shows because this $8 million budget movie made like $600,000. Like that's on paper. This movie blows, and you can't defend it.
And it's not even like the explanation is you don't get it. It's tongue in cheek, like it's making fun of these genres. It's not.
It's not. It's playing into really all the shit. Yeah.
It's trying to like go too meta with everything, and when you go that hard with that, it just does not work.
Yeah.
But also like you said, the chemistry is off. Like there's a laundry list that was wrong with this movie. It didn't make sense. We don't know who people are. We're confusing characters.
Yeah, they like casted 5 of the same people basically, but Sam Rockwell, I don't know, like, who could have been swapped out, either Anna Kendrick or Sam Rockwell, because they could have been good with another alternate part. Like, I feel like Anna Kendrick could have killed this role with a few tweaks and a different co-star.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I think you
this
think
movie,
opposite. Sam
I think this
Rockwell?
movie should have just not been made.
Oh yeah, well, that's,
I don't think there was any hope for this movie. I don't care. I'm trying to think of who in like 2015. By the way, it's a 2015 movie.
recent. Yeah, I like bizarre.
Feels like a 2010 movie.
Yeah,
And like that's the thing, is that like I feel like Anna Kendrick has played these roles before. I feel like Sam Rockwell has played these roles before. Like these exact roles before.
yeah. No, and I was like mentally thinking, how many times has he played this exact character? I don't think I got a real number, but it was quite a bit.
Yeah.
But like, I've loved him in. I'm trying to think of. Oh, like the Green Mile loved him as Billy's the Kid. That's what I really recognize him from. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He was not Zap Brannigan. That's fucking Futurama. But he was the captain. Loved him in that.
Galaxy Quest. He was amazing in Galaxy Quest.
I don't know him from that, but you do. You know, and a bunch of other stuff. But like
it's not that he's a bad actor. It's
No.
like, it's just that like, those two guys couldn't front a film. But I would rather this movie not have been made than recast it with other people inside of it. It's so bad. It's so bad. It just makes no sense. He's not a good person. And like, is that the joke?
Yeah.
That's the joke of it then. Is that he's not a good person. So then why is he getting the girl? Like if I could do like a person gets saved, a person dies reversal, I would save the girl from Odd Thomas and kill Anna Kendrick in this movie.
Yeah. No, but that's another. I think we scratched at it, but we didn't fully go into it. Is like they full on Joker and Harley Quinn at the end,
Yes.
where she like is like laughing like crazy. She's murdering people. She's like ruthless about it. She's like, haha, I told you I'd kill you in the end. And shoots him another time. Like that's such a like rip off of the dynamic of Joker Harley Quinn.
And it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, like I if she was like more timid and like, oh, like I don't know if I can live with this guy. But right, what's the conclusion of like your boyfriend is a hitman?
You need to have
No, because James Bond does it all the time, and they just like so.
Well, you need to have what would have made it really like good, I think, is if there was a romantic moment where she's like where he's teaching her how to like stab a person, like like a bodyguard's attacking and he's like, well, I don't want to kill anybody anymore. You got to learn how to kill somebody.
That's something else.
That would have been so on par with this movie. Are you kidding me?
Really?
Dude, she gets slammed against the wall. She gets slapped a couple times and slammed against the wall. And she's like, if he's not going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. And then she kills the two people inside the room. After Johnny Moon goes on the whole tangent about
Johnny Moon.
Turtle side. I crushed a turtle.
That was another weird fucking thing. That felt ad-libbed. Where like he was just in Anna Kendrick's face and was like, you know why they call me Johnny Moon? Because I crushed this kid's turtle. You know what turtles sound when they get crushed? And he goes, oh. Or like some shit like that. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
And then, like, even in the beginning of that scene, it just makes no sense. Because she trips on the blood when he's like
yeah,
closing in on her. She, like, slips and falls on blood that's in, like, the middle of the floor. And then she just overpowers him and kills him?
No, she grabs like a vase or some shit or like a statuette and like bashes him once or twice.
But
and
how'd
then
she
gets
get up
into
from
it.
the stairs? Because remember he's like in her face.
I think they're just having a conversation and she grabs the little stone figurine and just bashes him.
I think he gets distracted.
I don't. Does it matter?
No.
Like,
No. I just. It wasn't even like a twist either. It wasn't even like, oh, she's bad now. Like,
also, like I feel like, well, I was to kill him. Like Johnny Moon, I feel like they could have casted a fucking like hulking fucking mountain of a man, and like it would have been like, oh fuck, Johnny Moon's here. You know what I mean? That would have been a different fucking
he
story.
looked fine until he took off that leather jacket.
Yeah,
When he
was a scrawny little stick. Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, Andrew Kendrick should fucking beat him ass, beat him with fucking whatever she did.
beat him with his own ass.
Yeah. Dude, that reminded me. Someone gets a full knife up the ass.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
remember when.
That's the stairs scene.
The stair scene?
When
Okay.
they're coming down from Anna's apartment.
after they get the radio call, like, oh, we got 10 baddies or 20 baddies. Uglies, I'm sorry.
10 uglies coming down.
Someone gets a full, like the hilt of a knife all the way up the ass.
And then he stabs somebody else in the foot, and the guy just falls down as, like, incapacitated.
Yeah, he, like, splits of, like, some guys tried to full on kick them, and someone tried to stab him. Yeah, fucking knife through the heel. Obviously, you wouldn't walk, but, like, you wouldn't just, like, be out for the count. I don't know. Weird interactions, because that was when he wasn't killing people, or was trying not to kill people.
Yeah, but he was just getting senselessly attacked.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. No, he was still killing people then, because he doesn't stop killing people until they get up to, like, that, like... Remember there was, like, that weird, like, metal thing that was just sticking out of the ground? There were just, like, pikes sticking out of the ground. And then Vaughn's people are coming in, and he's like, oh, fuck, I can't kill people, because you're with me, and you're gonna lose your mind. No,
but then she's like, oh, do it, kill someone. And then he
does
pops out and kills that one guy, and they're like, oh... Remember that guy had, like, a children, a wife, and family?
Yeah, he does kill
He can't go to his dinner anymore. And, like, that's another good scene, was one of the henchmen just goes, yeah, you're right, and just fucking offs and, like, leaves. Like, he drops his gun and leaves. He's like, oh, fuck this. Like,
Vaughn's like, where are you going? Yeah, but then he injures the rest of them until Tim Roth kills him.
Yeah, he gets pushed back on, like, a table and fucking...
That was such a... that was
horrible.
So... He was on a metal table, and he went across... He went across a fucking, like concrete flooring. And he was just like, yeah, give me a kick.
It was like poolside fucking flooring, yeah.
Yeah, it was literally concrete.
Weird.
And she just kicks him across, and he shoots everybody with precision either in the shoulder or knees.
Yeah.
To incapacitate.
Trained hitman, so, yeah.
Sure.
We kind of went over that little fight scene between Tim Roth and Sam Rockwell, where, like, he breaks his arm and leg, and then... He pulls out 2 guns, the best scene in the fucking movie.
Yeah, I think that's going to be my best scene, too.
Because that, just like, aha, I disarmed you, I have the gun, and then he just goes, another one.
Well, they, like, trained each other, so I think it was, like, an equal fight, kind of.
But, dude, like, when you fucking take someone's full, opposite side of your arm over your fucking shoulder, like, to your fucking chest, that arm is broken, and you cannot lift a gun from that.
No,
hand.
that was the other side of his body.
The handcuff side?
No.
I don't remember.
No, he handcuffs him. Oh. No, because the handcuff side gets broken.
Okay,
So the other side of him, other side of him is free.
All right.
Because they're connected through the handcuffs. And then she just unceremoniously pops him in the face. You're gonna make me shoot you in the back?
Oh yeah, when he shoots,
pops him.
He shoots the handcuffs to leave.
The rain looks so fake in the next scene with Ian and Steve.
It looked like someone like put their finger on a hose, like their thumb on a hose, and was just letting it fucking go.
And it looked like it was just over Sam Rockwell and Steve during their scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, it should have been like fucking more cropped in or some shit, or zoomed in.
No, like it should have been covering the left part, the open.
That's a waste of water, Andy.
In New Orleans. Yeah.
In New Orleans, come on.
New Orleans and their policies about wasting water.
I
don't think we've gone into far enough that she didn't know his name. Because she doesn't know his name for most of the movie.
No.
And she's just fine with it.
Yeah, but that's addressed in the movie.
It's addressed, but not until 45 minutes into the movie.
Was it 45? No, it was...
It was until the scene when they're in her apartment.
Yeah, okay.
That's so far into the movie.
Yeah. Well, she says, I'm trying to get this word for word. At first, it was kind of cute and quirky not knowing your name, and now... No, I don't think she said quirky. I think it was...
Adorable.
Adorable. Better. Much better. Thanks for correcting me. Now it's getting kind of creepy or something like that.
I would have corrected you if you didn't say anything. Just so you know. Yeah, that was really weird. He then goes and jumps on her bed after they have sex?
No, that was the first time.
Oh, that was the first time when they just cuddled?
Also, yeah, when they just cuddled. They just slept together?
And she came out with a dragon robe on. And he was like, wow, you're serious about these dragons, huh?
You like dragons?
You like dragons?
Oh
man! Oh dude, if they did a These Nuts joke in the middle of that movie, would have given it 5 stars. Tell you that.
Do you remember the morning after note he like doodled? That was another wild.
It looked like a 3rd grader. Yeah. I said it looked like a 3rd grader during like an open period. Just made it.
Yeah, it was like off. Miss you so much, and then it was like 2 stick figures. And it was like me, you. It was fucking weird.
Nobody uses their phone in this movie. Like Anna Kendrick gets her
at
phone
the bar.
taken,
She's taking. Okay. there
and
you
she
go.
gets her phone taken, and then never gets
That's
it
it,
back
yeah.
for whatever 2 days.
Dude, also,
Oh, time. in
the
this
only
movie.
police that are shown is like the New Orleans chief director. I forget his position that gets gunned down. That's the only police officer
right, yeah,
we see.
like a head detective.
Yeah, whatever position is. Because like there's like it's like she lives in a complex. Like remember like it's like a buildings and a shared pool, and there's just gunfire.
Yeah.
And no police come.
And people scream, and they're. I heard a scream, I think, and I heard like an "oh my god" off the screen.
There's a Wilhelm scream in the pool scene.
Okay, great.
That was in the little iMob
Fantastic.
facts. But no, even in the bar scene, which I don't think we went over. No, we did.
Briefly.
He stabs a guy and just murders him, leaves him in the trash, and then continues to have dinner.
And then says, "This table's too much distance between us. I want to close the gap." And then like moves over to her side of the table. Which men take notes. I'm just saying, take notes. Trying to be Mr. Right here.
But also another thing, there was a guy comes out and he's like trying to make a phone call or whatever. And he's like, I don't even know what he said. No, you didn't say anything homophobic, but he was like, "Oh, get a room" or something like that.
No, he said, "Oh, I think on our subtitles it said guys."
Yeah.
And I heard guys.
Yeah, right.
But that must be an edit because I think he was supposed to say gays.
Yeah, I feel like that's.
Because then he goes, "Well, that's homo." Like
he said that's homophobic, but
Sam,
he just
Sam
said
Rockwell is like perched over this guy he's trying to stab.
Yeah.
Who has like 2 knives in his hands, which was an awful fighting scene.
Yeah, the fighting scene dog shit. So ready? I think he disarms him with a gun, then he pulls out a knife, and then he disarms the knife. Then he pulls out 2 more knives, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh.
And then he still can't win. He still can't beat Sam Rockwell. And then
he couldn't dance fight. He couldn't
feel
feel the flow. You know.
he couldn't. It wasn't. He couldn't feel the Mambo number 5 flowing through
Mambo.
his ball.
I'm just thinking of how much better this movie could have been if there was like he had like a fighting track or something like that. Like there was like fighting music, but like if there was like a real fucking like salsa going on when like. Not a salsa. No, that's the first thing I can think of. But like a real like nice fighting music when he was like dancing to and fighting. That could have been something else.
It's too bad they don't have like a reparable music producer who made good music ever.
Or $8 million of budget they could have thrown around better.
Because they didn't have a member of the Wu-Tang Clan on set with them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Where did all the budget go, dude?
Them.
For shots.
To them.
To 4 RZA, Anna Kendrick, Tim Roth, and Sam Rockwell. That's it for memorable fucking cast.
Yeah, they gave this credit an ensemble cast. That's what it says on the Wikipedia. It says that this is an ensemble cast, which I do not think so at all. Like an ensemble cast featuring Sam Rockwell, Anna Kendrick, Tim Roth, James Ranson, who was Vaughn. Jesus Christ. James Ranson, who was Vaughn, and Anson Mount, who was Richie, and RZA. So like, they're giving them ensemble cast, which makes me think that they're getting paid more.
Also, so in 2015, there was another movie called Mr. Right that was put out like pretty much the exact same time. And the only reason I know about this because like the 17 link I clicked and I was like, wait, this isn't Mr. Right, and it was a totally different movie made in 2015, and that's all I could find out about it. Because every time I typed in Mr. Right 2015, it was just completely overshadowed by this movie.
I got a note on the director of this movie. His name is Paco Cabezas. He's best known for directing The Appeared, which is a Spanish horror film, Mr. Right, and Rage, starring Nick Cage.
Oh, we gotta do a Nick Cage just fucking.
Oh yeah, we gotta go down through like his no-name movies. That's gonna be a fun.
Also, I feel like something we should do as a month-long thing is do like a series that only had like a season or 2 and just was horrible. I think that'd be a good idea.
I'm down for that. If they made this a series, it would have been absolutely terrible. Yeah, I mean the knife catch scene. Actually, I'm gonna change my favorite scene to the knife catch scene because that scene was so goddamn ridiculous that they were just chucking knives at each other. Uh, that one was pretty bad. And then she's going like, "All right, stop! I can't do 3 in a row. I can't do 3 in a row the whole time." Just weird. There's a part where Tim Roth is saying like, "You're not normal" to Sam Rockwell, and his quote on that was, "Nobody's normal," as he's a hitman who dances in order to kill people. And I think that is the end of my notes. He also had he had a weird line where he was talking about like, oh yeah, when the building fell on me. She asked him about his scars, remember, because they're sleeping together.
Yeah.
And she runs her hand down like the middle of his back where his scars
the
was.
fakest fucking scar I've ever seen. Like, oh my god, where did the money go in this movie? Pocketed, like.
Yeah.
Because that scar looked horrible.
2 of the main actors that were in an ensemble cast. And he goes like, yeah, a friend of mine, this is before we know who Tim Roth is and everything. He's like, friend of mine, he collapsed a building on me and betrayed me when we were in Dubai. And he's like, yeah, I actually took some brain damage. I think it actually kind of helped me out a little bit.
Oh, right. That's why
he promotes brain damage.
Yeah.
All right. So Adam, do you have anything else? We already talked about how much the movie made.
We can do some ratings and I'll do a review and we'll sign off.
Okay. So 44% of Rotten Tomatoes, 6.4 out of 10 IMDb. I still question IMDb viewers. What the fuck? That's all I gotta say.
Also, the user score I think was quite high. It was in the high 60s, I think, at this time.
On Google?
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
The audience review, I'm sorry, not the actual.
Oh, gotcha.
Critic review, I think is how it goes.
It is a 56%. So a little bit
audience?
higher.
Oh, okay.
A little bit higher. And 5,000 plus ratings. So, reparable.
Interesting. All right. Let's get into our reviews.
Oh, do you want to do our ratings?
Yeah, our ratings. I'm sorry, reviews, ratings. Yes.
So Adam, what would you rate this movie?
So we gotta have that list in front of us cause I think this is gonna go below Abduction and above Jack and Jill, above. I'm trying to think what I would do. Probably just a good 2.5.
Unless I just run down the list and you tell me better movie, is it a better movie or not, and we just rapid fire like that.
I can pull up our Spotify.
Yeah, do you want to do that? Do you think that's good?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, because this is worse than Little Italy, IMO. Yeah, better than Action. Probably better than Career Opportunity. No, worse than Career Opportunities. I'm very sorry. Probably better than The Wrong Missy. I don't know. Yeah, 2.5. I'll go with that. Once you have the list, I'll be able to really hit the nail better.
I'm giving this a solid 2. Worse than Odd Thomas.
Oh yeah, worse.
Worse than Vampires Suck. Worse than Good Luck Chuck. Worse than Little Italy. Better than Abduction. Better than Jack and Jill. Worse than
Better than Abduction?
Yeah.
I liked Abduction in a bad way.
Yeah. I don't know. I go back and forth. Because, I mean, now that we're talking about it and we get, over an hour of talking about this movie, I'm kind of like, wow, it did have a lot in it. But, yeah. I mean, it's a lot to unpack, and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So, that's why I went there. And then Worse than The Wrong Missing, Worse than Career Opportunities. Giving it a solid 2.
Yeah. And then, to sign us off...
well, you have a review, right?
The review is Alex with a bunch of numbers behind it that just says... Fuck this movie.
And I'll tell you what, I'm on Alex's side. 1,000%. I'm going to go home and just be, I'm going to be screaming at nobody on the ride home about things I did not like about this movie. Just going to be screaming on my way home, going I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they did that. I just screaming about it. So,
thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yeah. Go follow us on Twitter, Netflops Pod.
At Netflops Pod.
Send us your movies that you want us to review. And yeah, that's about it. Adam, thank you, my man. It was cool. It was cool to do another one
in person.
In person and face to face. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.